So when I spied a shining game for my pristine and newly purchased GBA, I didn't even pause to lay down the cash. I knew nothing of the game pre-release, I admit, so when I managed to steal myself away somewhere quiet and slid the cart anxiously into the game slot, what followed the warming wave of nostalgia was something a little less than fulfilling. Set before Shining Force Eye, you take on the role of the first to take on the evil and aptly named Dark Dragon, the legend told in the first of the Shining Force games. Puzzlingly, you start your game near the end of the war when all that is left is to defeat the remaining generals who are hidden in their respective strongholds. With your character on board, the game then starts as all things Shining do, with someone reading a book and inviting you to take place in the story within. It's always nice to see that some things don't change. Hit the Start button to open the game's menu, where you have your inventory. It is exactly what you would expect from a Shining game on the GBA. In fact, it's colorful, sharp, and well presented. When you save the game, it means ending it. Of course, it means no saving before a stubborn boss or difficult area, but annoyingly there is more to it than that. If you save mid-dungeon, you lose your place in that level and have to start over from the beginning. Hit the Start button mid-level and up pops the inventory screen, but the game continues on. Your choices are to ignore them while you try and see off all the nasties on screen, risking the unholy wrath of underpaid train workers, or to accept that by the time you have stopped playing to find your ticket, and with no way to pause the game whilst doing so, your bloodthirsty foe's attack will continue. Also, for fans of the series, it's nice to have some understanding of the story before the story in some respects, Shining Soul being a prequel to the original Shining Force. It does work as a good intro to the Shining Force plot as well, but as a standalone game, it just doesn't hold much weight plot-wise. You need to set aside a good chunk of time to get anywhere thanks to the save and pause systems, and it repeats more than an undercooked steak. The Shining fan in me wants to add to the score purely for the joy of seeing the odd cameo, and my personal favorite anti-hero Dark Souls appreciated presence, but at the end of the day, this will not appeal to the mainstream fan. The game received mixed reviews according to the review aggregation website Metacritic. In Japan, Famitsu gave it a score of 30 out of 40. Craig Harris of IGN lamented, "As it stands, Shining Soul just feels like a shell of a design. Good ideas and intentions spattered throughout boring action sequences." Tom Bramwell of Eurogamer said, "It says RPG in the genre box, but it's really not. Role-playing games are renowned for their engaging plot lines, diverse characters and locations, progressive combat, and intricacy. Shining Soul is notable because it singularly fails to live up to anything that's come before it.